What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Well, the title is what it is. That's what we're doing. We're still sitting there. Unreal, man. Wait for some people to get up in here. How's everybody doing? Michael, Bobby, Jeff, Bo? How we doing, guys? Tell you what, this has been a hell of a deal, man, the last couple of days. If you would, please hit the old like button when you come in. What's up, David H? Thomas? Long time no hear from Thomas. How you doing, brother? Been crazy, man. We've been trying to get this stinking load off. What a mess, man. Hey, Jeremy, Troy, how's everybody doing? What's up, race fan? So we got here. We loaded this load here. So the last video that I made, you guys know that I had turned down that $5,000 load. That's right, Raider Nation. Yeah, I turned down that $5,000 load. And so the next morning, they sent us a load out to Bellingham, Washington, up there. Hello, Miss Christie. How you doing? And so we went to Bellingham and picked up, and it was coming down here to Colton, California. What's up, Roughneck? So we got down here to Colton last night. We were supposed to be able to drop this load last night. Hey, Boodle. At this Walmart. Hey, Ralph. How we doing, buddy? So we got down here last night. Pull in there. She says, hello, Tabitha. How you doing? That's your woman right on there. We got in there last night. You're not on the schedule. What's up, Riverboat? So we mean I'm not on the schedule. Nope, you don't show up on the schedule. So I said, what's the verdict there? Well, you got to come back in the morning at your appointment time, 7 o'clock. Come up here. Nope, you don't show up in our system. Mind you, that was at 5 o'clock this morning. It's now 3:35. I've been in there 3 times, dealing with dispatch, going in there, blah, 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 blah. I've still got the same damn load. Hello, Melissa H. How we doing? So, according to my fleet manager, hey, Peaceful. According to my fleet manager, this if we go back in a couple hours and check in, they'll let us drop it. It's a 50-50 effing shot. That's all we can do is try. So basically, we've wasted a whole day of revenue just sitting here waiting on Walmart to. Here's what the problem is. It's not Prime's fault neither. The problem is this. So this is Lineage Logistics down here. We scheduled the appointment in for Walmart, and for some reason Walmart and I got to watch from here real quick because I'm parked in the no car zone. I don't want them to come try to mess with me. For some reason, Walmart and Lineage can't communicate with each other to say, okay, hey, the guy's on the system. So I don't know what the hell the deal is, man. It shouldn't be this hard to kick a damn load of crab off, you know. But obviously it is. I'm going to do me some exercising today, man. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to do some walking. I just been sitting in here trying to figure out what we're doing here. Because it's such a mess, man. Hey, Alan, how you doing, buddy? So hopefully tonight, let us drop 10 and stay the night, because by the time we get over to the Petra over there, obviously it's going to be full. Correct, Tulsa. That's exactly right. So I go in there with the information that I have, that I need, and I've got the proper information. Community, but I'm the one that pays the price. But it's no big deal, because here's the thing, that's trucking. It is what it is. That's what I was trying to explain to Jonathan here. Things like this don't normally happen all the time, but when they do, it's trucking. You enjoy your downtime, because there's always going to be, running time. We'll make up for it. This week's pretty well shot in the rear end, but we'll make up for it next week or the week after, or whatever. I mean, it's no big deal. It's just part of the business and how it goes, But it's good that he gets to see this stuff, because, this is part of the game. Unfortunately, I guess it could be worse. We could be sitting somewhere where it's cold or something, or rainy or whatever. But for us, we're sitting here where it's sunshiny. So I mean, it's at least a nice day out. I'm gonna get out and do some walking here in a little bit, do some exercise. People don't understand that, Tulsa, until they've been out here doing this. I mean, it's cherish your downtime while you got it. Now, let me tell y'all something. No effects from the earthquake down. 10 years ago, man, I'd be having a fit, because I wasn't here. I wasn't where I'm at now up here. You know what I'm saying? I think the older you get, you just learn to calm down and take it as it goes. It still irritates the shit out of me sometimes, and a little bit, but I think the older you get, the more you just realize things are out of your control. So, ain't no sense getting fired up about it. The frozen frame. I don't know. Is it frozen? I'm moving around. You want me to move around or something? What's up, Ken? How we doing, brother? Long time no see. Hey, if you guys would hit the old like button, I'd appreciate it, or the dislike button. Show some love one way or another. But this is a good learning experience for Jonathan, one way or another. We're going to make it a good learning experience. Trucking ain't peaches and cream all the time. We can't have it all the time. So he's over there sucking on that thing. That's what you hear. So that's what we got going on. That's good. Yeah. The miles go pretty quick, man. You don't realize it, but they will. Once you get moving and you're doing stuff, they'll get going pretty quick. The thing that really the reason why I really want to get this load off is assist, and the fuel sensor's bad. So every 5 minutes it sends 2 messages. It says reefer code, and then the fuel's at 0. The fuel's is good. So every 5 minutes for the past 2 days, we've been getting this message. So we've got about 600 of them, and it's driving me nuts. That's the bad part about this whole gig. So on this run down here, this was a total learning experience for Jonathan in several ways, which is good. And I'm glad that he had the opportunity to have it while I'm in the truck with him. So, and pulled over to the side of the road. Tires were up. I said, let's check the airbag. So we blew an airbag, pulled into a rest area there. That was about 5 miles down the road after we checked it. Got to a safe spot there where if the mechanic had to come out, he's in a safe location. We don't have to worry about somebody running him over. And because I got the TA coming 3 hours away. 3-hour ETA. I said, hold on a minute. It's up the road. Why don't I just, what they were going to do was they were going to come cap it off and then us follow them to the shop. I said, no. Let me just drive down to the shop. 30 minutes, I save Prime money with them coming up there. We'll just take it slow and easy. Prime doesn't have to pay a $400 or $500 road call for them to drive up for me to go to their shop anyway. Save a little money, man. When you put money back in the house, you know, it can be divvied up and just see what it says. You know, the whole object is to save some money for Prime. You gotta be kidding me, man. They want us to go right to Kent, Washington again.
How are we gonna do that if we can't even drop this in?
Picking up at the same place we picked up at. Going back up to Kent, Washington. It pays good though. Anyway, so I guess we're going to be Washington to Cypress, California again. Same place we picked up the last one. What is today? The 7th or the 8th? What is the date today? Jonathan, what's the date today? The 7th. Never mind. I look at his messages or nothing. Anyway, so we blew the airbag. We went over to the shop, got it fixed, which he was driving when the airbag blew. And so that was an experience for him. And then we came down Mount Shasta there, California, and he got to go in Oregon and all that stuff. So that was an experience for him. Enjoy your night, David H. So he got to do some mountain driving, you know, and that was good for him because I wanted him to do that when he was with me versus when he's by himself. And obviously it looks like we're getting ready to go right back over it again because this load is 1,140 miles and it pays $2,542. So, and it gets off before payroll. So, see, I'm going to make up the difference here. That's why I was not worried about turning that $5,000 load down. You know what I'm saying? Prime pays for the washouts, Ryan, I'm sorry. So this thing delivers on the 9th for payroll. I can get it off there on payroll. And then, you know, we'll see where it goes from there. I really didn't want to go up that way, but I guess we will. It gets off for payroll. It is what it is, I guess. Could be worse. It could be bad weather. Just tough it out, Dads. That old butt will get a little bit better, brother. Shit. This is going to the exact same place where we went yesterday, or the day before yesterday, Cypress, California. So it picks up at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and it delivers at 18.
Yeah, but where from there?
Back all up the hills.
Yeah, but to where the Kent, Washington?
To Shaw, where we dropped the first load.
Yeah, so we're going to pick up there? Or?
No, we're picking up in Cypress, California,
Cypress,
where we picked
there?
up before. And then we're going up there. Back up I-5 again the whole way. So anyway, that's what we got going on. We got the trailer fixed. We got to drive in the mountains. Then we get down here and we're dealing with this deal. It is what it is. It's trucking. I still love this job. I don't care what anybody says. I still love it. getting John. I call him Jonathan. Hell, he's a grown man. I probably should just call him John, I guess, but I call him Jonathan. Getting him some good experience. He's going to get some more mountain experience, which he needs. I'm probably he'll get a 34 in, and I will get one as well, I'm sure, because what will happen is he'll take off driving tomorrow night at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That way, the way that I like to do it with my guys on the TNT program is I like for them to start about 2 o'clock Central. And that way they're done at 2 to 3 o'clock on Central Time. And I stay on Central Time no matter where I'm at with our schedule. That way if he starts at 2 or 3 o'clock on Central Time, then he's done at a reasonable time. He's not driving till 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, where we have to worry about fatigue real bad and everything else. Because I get up early, so I'll get up early and I'll take over early in the morning and drive on in. I just found for me that works out a lot better because I'm an early riser anyway. And so 3 o'clock in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when I take over, generally a person can stay up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning once they've had sleep. And so it gets both of us daytime driving and it gets both of us nighttime driving. And so we're in this deal together, we kind of split it up there, but that's the schedule that I like to keep. So generally every day, but 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, he's done and I'm taking over and he's going to bed and we're, doing the whole deal again. So it seems to work out pretty good just because to me, I found that when a person, especially a new person or an experienced driver for that matter, I don't like to drive when the sun's coming up. You tend to get majorly fatigued and everything else. And so I don't want him to do it either. It's, to me, I've just found that between 2 and 3, maybe 4 sometimes, I can't keep it exactly on schedule all the time, but I don't let it get past 4 o'clock usually. That if he starts driving in the afternoon, he gets daytime and nighttime, like I said, and then I get nighttime and then daytime, and I'm done early enough. So it splits it up, and it's a good schedule for everybody, I think. The problem is, for me, on my schedule, because I get done driving so early, I don't get a lot of sleep because I'm listening, especially like going over these mountains and stuff like that. I'm laying back there, but I'm listening to everything that's going on. And then I come up here and the first set, I was sitting up here with him, and I'm showing him on the Jake brake. Okay, you can go down this mountain and not even touch the brakes if you do it the correct way. By just feathering the Jake brake from the third to the second stage, you can get up enough speed to where you're going and then put a throttle back down to the third stage and never even touch the brakes going down the mountain. And that was with 37,000 pounds on, so let the motor do the work for you is what I was trying to explain to him. Let the truck work itself instead of us working the brakes on the deal, and then take a chance if we really need the brakes, then we have them. That's just my opinion on it. Everybody does their own deal and does it differently, but that's the way that I roll with it. So sitting up with him while he's doing that, that way he's got a concept of how all this is going to play out. And it works real good. So no, I take the cruise off Tulsa when I'm going down the mountains. I don't use the cruise when I'm going down the mountain. I tell my guys I don't want them to use the cruise in construction zones, and I don't want them to use cruise in the cities, like if there's a bunch of traffic. And the main reason that I do that and going down a mountain, and the main reason that I do that is for in the construction zones, a lot of times they're curving back and forth, and I don't want you hit the brake and then you let up off the brake and the cruise take control again and go, and it'd be a sharp curve or something like that. So I don't want that. In the cities, my theory on it is we need to have good reaction time in the city as far as, if somebody pulls in front of us or whatever, and then if for something you forget that the cruise is on, because we're doing this all the time, holding the wheel, you forget that the cruise is on, and then all of a sudden the cruise takes off and you forgot that you had it on, so any other time running down the highway, man, you can have the cruise on, and then obviously going down a mountain, I want them to learn how to throttle the Jake back and forth, and they need to be able to understand how to work the brakes as well. That way, you're not overheating your brakes. You're not, um, getting them too hot to where they're going to catch on fire and all that stuff. Because it will happen. I've seen a lot of guys at the bottom of mountains with fire extinguishers out, putting brakes out, and there's no reason for that. If you go the adequate speed, hey Kevin, if you go the adequate speed down the mountain, a safe speed, there's no reason why you should be burning your brakes up, because ultimately this ain't a race to the bottom. We want to just get down there in a safe manner. The hell with everybody else, man. We got to worry about this truck here. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I tell a lot of guys. They think, well, I'm going too slow. Well, there ain't no set speed to go down this thing. You go down where you're comfortable at. Well, it's not a race to the bottom, like I said, to see who the hell can get to the bottom fastest. We just want to get there safely and alive, That's the first priority. Doesn't matter who we're driving for, what we're hauling. If we're dead, we don't get a second chance at this deal. Correct. And you see these guys that fly down these mountains, and hey, if that's you, hey, more power to you, man. If I've been driving a long time and I don't fly down them, because any damn thing can happen. Tires blow. I mean, anything can happen. Now I go faster than what he would go down, obviously, but I don't fly down them. I still stay at a speed where I can control my truck, and I'm always in control of my truck. And that's what you want. You want to be able to have absolutely control over your truck. I keep it in the main one there, Michael. Putting it in drive and going. I don't use the manual, the auto, whatever it's in when I put it on D and go. Well, I mean, and like I said, Tulsa, I mean, you can do it. There's different ways to do it. I want guys to learn how to. How does he know that you feel comfortable at 60 miles an hour, though? That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? If some of these mountains, the speed limit on them is 35 and 45 mile an hour for trucks. So if he's having to manually do this, with the speed and everything else, then he's learning throttle control and foot control with the pedals and everything. Anybody can just set the cruise and go down the damn mountain, But what if you're not comfortable at that speed just because this guy says, okay, well, the speed limit, set the speed limit at this thing right here. Well, hell, I may not be comfortable with that. I want you to go down where you're comfortable at. If it's 40 mile an hour, if it's 35 mile an hour, we'll put the four ways on and we'll get down there one way or another. Now I tell him, hey, hit the gas going up the mountain. I mean, sometimes we're going down, we're going back up the other way. Hit the gas, man. We got to get on the top of the mountain. That's about the only time you're going to hear me say hit the gas. Hit the gas. Give it some gas to get on up. We're already down at the bottom. Now we got to pull up again. If we're not hitting the gas at the time, we're just going to lag back and then just keep falling back. So I guess I ought to respond to this jack leg on this pre-plan. Tell him to lock it down, I guess. What's going on, Jason? How you doing, brother? Anyway, so that's where I'm at with that deal. To be honest with you, I really don't like this damn vape thing. I don't like it. So it ain't going to be hard to quit this whole deal. Chewing tobacco for 30 years or more is hard to quit, but I don't really like this damn vape thing. Leaves a funny taste in your mouth and shit like that. And I'm not a smoker, so this just seems kind of weird to me, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, I guess. It's better than chewing tobacco, I reckon. I'm just going to cut off all of it. I'm getting Michael, I'm getting a Freightliner. By the time my next guy gets on my truck here, I'm hoping to have a lot of changes made. I want to be down about at least 30 pounds or so by the time he gets on the truck. And be off this BS completely, man. We can do it. It just takes time, one thing at a time. That's all. Can't force too much stuff at one time. Ralph, I'm in the area right now, brother. I'm over here in Colton right now. I don't know where you live at, but I'm in. No, there ain't no secrecy about it. So, number one, I got to get Jonathan done first. And then once I'm done with Jonathan, as you guys know, you probably saw the Tulsa Truckers video there. That wasn't a hard one to figure out when he said the one that the person that likes the same team that he likes. Hell, I'm the only one that y'all know that likes Oklahoma Sooners. So there you go. So I'm going to take Chuck with me. Oh, you're giving a sermon at church, man. Praise God on that. There you go. I think it'll be a good experience with Chuck. Did you notice he said, did you notice he said we're a lot alike, but we're a lot of dislike on our languages? I'm trying to work on that. Hopefully I'll have some of that lying down for old Chuck by the time he gets in here. I think it's going to be fun. I'm going to give Chuck the old nice trucking experience out here. Make him where he knows. He's already business smart, so I don't have to teach him anything about business. If he can deal with me for 30 or 50,000 miles, then I can deal with him. And that's just the way it is, you know. I'd say I don't think Chuck's going to have a problem. I think Chuck's going to do real good. Chuck, I'm sure, already knows how to drive. And so all I really have to do is teach him the ins and outs on this business, to where he already knows how to make money. Hell, I don't have to tell him how to make money. He already knows how to make money. Chuck's good at what he does in his program, you know, but this is a whole different deal for him, you know. So I think it's going to be good for the both of us, and I think we're going to learn. Hopefully, we can both learn from each other, you know. No, I got me a Freightliner, Michael. I just, for me, I don't think I don't talk down to anybody or anything like that. I mean, like that. Sometimes maybe the way that I come across is harsh, and I don't mean anything by it, but that's just my personality, I guess. And so, um, um, I just, and it's like I told Jonathan, sometimes the way that I say things, my wife gets on me all the time, the way that I say things. I don't mean anything bad about it, but it's just the way that it comes across because of the type of person that I am. I'm a upfront, in your face type individual, and so the way that I say things with no filter comes across harsh sometimes. And I don't mean it to be that way, but that's the way it comes across. So when sometimes students don't know how to take that, they think maybe you're getting on them, and I'm not getting on them. It's just the way that I come across, I guess. I don't know if that makes any damn sense. I'll shut up about it. But anyway, I don't want nobody, it's just like with Jonathan here. I've had to say things to Jonathan, and maybe the way that it comes across is kind of harsh, but I don't mean anything by it. And that's what I tell him. That morning that I woke up in the Pilot truck stop and we're in the car parking lot, and the first thing I see is my ID. I don't know what the hell that is, but if that's good, I don't know. But the first thing I look at is a propane tank, and I'm thinking, oh shit, Well, sometimes you got to keep verbally inside, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where the fuck are we? I don't know how to keep it inside. I just let it out. What's up, Dirt Farm? So I'm looking around like, well, how the hell are we going to get out of here, I wasn't getting on to him about it. We made it work, and it's all right, but I need to work on maybe keeping it on the inside instead of letting it out verbally, I guess. I don't know. Like, what the F? We got out of it, man. No harm, no foul. Everything was good. But Jason and I got along, and I think we got the same kind of personalities. I think Jason's got the same kind of personalities as Jason's got the same kind of personality as Chuck, I believe. So, and Jason and I got along fine. Thank you, Jeff. I think old Chuck, he's going to be in for a wild ride here. But I promise you this. I can say this with the 100% factuals. Every student I had or have had, not because of my doing so much, I don't guess, they've been successful. Jason's making money. He listened, he's making money. Figured a lot of things out on his own. Chris is making money. Brandon's making money. These guys are all making money and doing it safely and getting to where they need to be safely. Call it what you will, but it was working. You're out of your mind, Grits. And they're coming out no damn skivvies, man. What the hell's the matter with you? What's up, Ridge Runner? I think it'll be a good time for old Chuck. You're going to teach him the right way of trucking and the way that you do things. And things have slowed down quite a bit. So we're not on that fast schedule, that we were like when Jason was on the truck with me. We were running pretty fast pace there. But things have kind of slowed down a little bit. So It's easier to teach guys when you're not running on such a fast pace. And I don't think old Chuck's going to need a lot of teaching. I think he's pretty well got the concept. We just got to polish the edges up a little bit. Well, you don't really criticize, man. You just say, "Hey, this is how we're going to fix it." You know. There's different ways to criticize people. I'm not going to criticize. You don't criticize anybody. They're doing a job. You know, they're trying to learn the job. Okay. And listen, I'm open for suggestions, man. I've been doing this a long time. I'm old school on a lot of things. I'm going to tell you how my training consisted of. Here's a set of keys. Here's a set of keys. There's your truck right there. Your first load's to California. And mind you, this is before we had GPSs and everything. Man, I didn't have a clue. I didn't have nobody ride with me. I didn't have a clue. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I couldn't, I'd learned everything on my own. And so it's a lot easier now for guys and gals to learn because of the systems that we're going through and the things that we have in place. And a lot of stuff, like with Chuck and Jason and Jonathan, I don't have to teach him because he already knows how to read a map. I'd almost guarantee you that. They already know how to read the map. They already know how to work a GPS. So that's, that's some of the battle. We just got the nuts and bolts of things, And this gives Chuck time to, this actually works out pretty good because I haven't spoke to Chuck on the phone or anything like that. But with this video, he's got some things that obviously he needs to take care of. It's none of my business or anybody else's, but in that way he's able to attend to the business that he needs, and it'll work out fine. That when I'm done, he can feel like he's in a place where at his house, to where he'll be ready to go trucking, and so it'll work out fine. Everybody can come in this with a clear mind, and we'll just do what we got to do. Because ultimately, family comes first, and that'll just, like I said, it'll give him time to handle the things that he needs to handle on his end, to where he can come into this with a clear mind. And to be honest with you, I don't think Chuck's going to be hard to train at all. I mean, I'd say, I would almost bet you that he's watched enough YouTube videos and enough shit to where I probably don't have to go over a lot of things with him. I could be wrong. Right now, Ralph, I'm over here on Miguel Bustamante Parkway over here by Walmart. Jason was easy to train. Jason had watched a lot of videos, and Jason was easy to train. Once you get individuals to where they're looking in their mirrors, and it becomes second nature to look in the mirrors, automatically where you're looking when you're turning, and just little things like that, following through with your mirrors, and then the backing. The rest of it, the computer work is a piece of cake. The scanning your bills in, understanding that the fuel follows the trip and all that stuff, we can learn that, no big deal. When you're training, you do, yes, Al. You tend to, California's a hot spot. Correct, Trucking Geek. But Al, California's a hot spot, so yeah, we do spend quite a bit of time in California, training or going back and forth. Seems like we've been spending a lot of time going back and forth up North Pacific Northwest and back down because obviously we've got to go back up to yeah, a lot of guys don't like hearing that shit, Chuck. The thing about it is, I don't care if a person's undercover or not, man. Listen, if you watch the videos at all, you know how I talk. So, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you. I might clean it up maybe just a tad bit, but, the bottom line of it is we're all grown individuals. I'm not here to offend anybody or anything, but we're grown folks. I'm here to teach you how to do something. That way, when you get out on your own, you can be successful in this thing. I don't worry about what the hell anybody else says about it. What's up, Legend? How you doing, brother? How close to the hospital? 10. I'm probably 5 miles, 6 miles off the road there, Ralph, from the hospital. If you turn off of I-10 and come down, I'm down here off Agua Miguel Road, and then Agua Miguel and Bustamante. Miguel Bustamante run right tee off each other. I'm real proud of everybody that I've trained. Jason is doing real good. Brandon's doing good. I just seen Chris a little bit ago. He's actually training now. So I've got several guys that are training now. They keep sending me this shit on this fuel level, man. I've been sitting here for 2 days. The damn thing's full. Like, I don't keep an eye on it. I told you that sensor is messed up. And so they keep sending me. Excuse me a minute. I got to tell them it's been doing it for 2 days. You don't know how bad I really want to get rid of this stinking trailer. This thing is sending me messages galore, man. I want to get rid of this damn thing so bad I can't stand it. He doesn't even have a clue. I'd be love to get rid of it. Anyway, guys, no, I think it'll be fun. I think Chuck will have fun. At least the guy's got a good haircut. Hell, he don't got no long hair. He ain't no hippie or nothing, He walks 4 miles a day. I seen that at his house. I got to start working out someday. Maybe when he gets his ass on this truck, I'm going to foot race him or something. You know what I'm saying? No, not really. Don't. I'm just bullshitting about that. Y'all don't hold that. Hold me to that. Old Chuck would be smoking me in a foot race, man. I'm too fat. They are. Joe, that's why I'm sitting here. I keep looking out the window. If I see one of them pull up, I'm going to shut this screen and get up out of here real quick. But there's no place to park, man. I've been here all day. I don't want to start my clock over some nonsense. You know what I'm saying? I got food in the truck. So as soon as we pick up a trailer here, if that's the load that they're going to give us is back up to Kent, Washington, we can park actually over in Cypress where we picked up the other day. We can park over there. And so, we'll probably just run over there real quick while it's still on a Sunday. We don't have to fight the crowd or anything, and get over there and be ready for our pickup tomorrow. Gonna take you a nap? Huh? Do what? A little late for a nap, ain't it, Bubba? SHA. SHA. Oh yeah, hey man, listen, if Popo comes, we're bailing out. I'm gonna shut this thing down. Now we're gonna be rolling up out of here, Jason. I'll tell you right now. I ain't got time to mess with no Popo. I got a the only ticket that I've ever had driving a truck was not I was in Georgia on 85. I pulled on a parking ramp to take a 30-minute break about 2 o'clock in the morning, and an officer over there was at the top of the ramp. He parked at the top of the ramp after I'd been sitting there for about 15 minutes or so. Next thing I know, I'm still sitting in the seat. He come knock on the door. He said, "Give me your driver's license." I said, "What's going on?" He said, "I'm giving you a ticket for parking on the ramp." I said, "I'm not even going to bed, fella. I'm just here taking a 30-minute break. Truck stop's full. Everything's busy." So he said, "Well, it don't matter. It cost me $200 some odd for that ticket over just parking on the ramp." I said, afterwards, I said some things after he done issued me a ticket. Hell, because it wasn't going to matter then. I kind of said some things probably should have said to him, but I said, it's kind of sad not out here bothering nobody. Hey, Harmony, how you doing? Not out here bothering nobody. I'm not sleeping here or anything else. You take it upon yourself to give me a ticket. You can see my record's clean. I don't have any, That's been 3 or 4 years ago. I'm in Colton, Taco. Hopefully getting out of here for long. I'm waiting on this guy to call me. And if so, then we're gonna go to Cypress over here. Be there for well, maybe not. It says the gates close at 22:30. So I guess we ain't going over there because we ain't gonna be able to get in over there. Anyway, guys, listen, I just wanted to touch base with you for a little bit. I don't want to be on here too long, man. I mean, it's I'm sure Bags or somebody probably wanting to do a live. It's 6:30 over at your neck of the woods in Central Time. I hope everybody had a good weekend, been safe and everything. We're gonna just pick up where we left off and pick up the pieces and move on. Get the next load, I guess. All in all, though, even turning down that $5,000 load, I'm still sitting right now at 7,200. And if this load here, if I can get this load right here off by payroll, I will be sitting at about, it'll be over 10 grand in revenue. Or no, I'm sorry, it'll be 9,700 in revenue. Not a bad week. Not an excellent, great week, but it's not a bad week. Still make a check or whatever. Because last week I was in the hole because we were at the yard for the full 7 days. So no biggie. We'll get up out of the hole. See, that's the nice thing about this whole business right here. Listen, I need a paycheck just like anybody else does. Don't get me wrong. I'm not financially set where I can retire tomorrow or anything like that. But when you make enough money and you budget your money right and stuff like that, where you can take a few days off and it doesn't affect you. Like last week, I didn't draw a check. It didn't make me or break me either way. You just don't worry about things as much. I can't say as if I was in Tulsa's position, I guess if it's something I always wanted to do, I mean, I would. But, he's in a position where he can be retired and he still wants to come out here and do trucking, and mad props for that, and I'm glad that I'm going to get to do a little training with him. He don't have to come out here and do this. That just shows you the kind of individual that he is, that just don't want to sit around the house, Maybe he's got other avenues that he wants to go within this trucking business because There's all kinds of avenues that you can go down in this trucking business. Brokerage, dispatching. Maybe he wants to have his own trucking company. Hell, who knows? If that's what he wants to do, then, what better way to start and learn than right here at the bottom? So, anyway, you guys have a good night. Be safe and enjoy life. Enjoy your time with your family and everything else. We'll holler at you guys later.